Hola, bienvenidos a Amores, Patos, Face, the Disney Afternoon. Welcome to Amores, Patos, Face, the Disney Afternoon. I'm your host, Anna.
And I'm your other host, Faby. This is a podcast where two best friends get together and talk about the premiere of every show in the Disney Afternoon.
Today we're talking about DuckTales, Season 1, Episode 2, Ronguay in Ronguay. This is Part 2 of the DuckTales movie, Treasure of the Golden Suns. Right off the bat,
yes,
this title should not work.
No. For multiple reasons, yes. I think. Yeah.
Well, okay. Like, on one level, the episode is Ronguay in Ronguay. That is the episode title. Mm-hmm. But according to Disney Plus and a couple other websites...
I think, the official wiki, and I think maybe TV Tropes, I forget which one, yeah.
Are calling it Ronguay to Ronguay. But the episode title card says Ronguay in Ronguay.
Mm-hmm.
But again, that shouldn't work because, the pun name shouldn't work because how they're pronouncing Ronguay, the country, is incorrect. Considering it is a Central or South American country.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's not. We can do.
Not fine. It's because it's meant to be like Uruguay. Or Uruguay. So that's how they're getting the joke.
Yeah.
But in the correct pronunciation, it's pronunciation. Gee, I mispronounced. Mispronunciation. It would be Ronguay.
Ronguay? Yeah. Ronguay. Yeah. I think it took me a while to realize that was the pun when I first saw the episode. Yeah. So I was like, wait, what are they talking about? Yeah, wrong way. But to me, still, it makes more sense to say wrong way to wrong way, because that's kind of the joke.
Yes, that's the joke. Yeah, like you're going the wrong way to wrong way. But the episode title card is Ronguay in Ronguay. I don't know if this makes any sense. Welcome to Amores, Patos.
You're just babbling.
I don't know what this is. We're talking about DuckTales again.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say here.
I don't either.
Cool. And it's getting to the episode now. I know obviously we're talking about DuckTales again, but today specifically that we're recording this, it is the 30th anniversary of Darkwing Duck, and the 25th anniversary of Mighty Ducks.
Wow. I haven't seen Mighty Ducks yet.
I've seen one episode, the first episode, and I was perplexed. We'll get to that when we get there. I think Mighty Ducks, if going chronologically, I think Mighty Ducks is last.
Okay.
Because Mighty Ducks, I believe, premiered 95 or 96. The same year as Quack Pack, but I looked at the dates more specifically, and I think Mighty Ducks came after Quack Pack.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know much about that show except what you explained to me, and it was already confusing.
Yeah, I was confused explaining it. So
yeah. But yeah, happy birthday, Darkwing Duck.
Yeah, we're excited too. I mean, if you've been listening to us from the beginning, you know that we actually talked about the first part of Darkwing Duck about 2 years ago now.
Oh my god, yeah.
But we're starting from scratch. If you want to listen to both of those, part one of Darkly Dawns the Duck, a recap of that. That'll be available in a while because we need to get the DuckTales first.
Yeah.
I think. Before we get in, I keep forgetting to bring this up, but I wanted to thank Josh at the Disney Delete for sending us the Benzino Gasolini mugs with art by Lisette Carrera on Twitter and Instagram. If you've been listening to us, you know of our ill-fated Benzino Gasolini watch.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Frank Angones responded to our... Right? Was it our Benzino... What was it?
Or was it just a discussion about storylines that could have? And you responded, I forget what the context
I don't even remember.
Was.
But Frank Angones teased the return of Benzino Gasolini in DuckTales Season 4. don't know if he was joking or not.
he said in parentheses, not joking.
Yes.
Which, I don't know, I guess.
I'm in mourning. Like, forget Darkwing finally adopting Goslin. Like, the completion of our Benzino Gasolini watch, the only watch that was never completed, means more to me than that.
That would have been incredible. We would have celebrated.
We would have been internet famous, I think. We should have been if Benzino Gasolini did show up.
Wait, you got a nice little place here. Only hotel, I'm never stay inside.
Yeah. I mean, my obsession with him is half joke, but at this point, I legitimately wanted him to show up.
That's the thing. It very much was a joke.
Yeah.
Because it's funny to come up with different names for him.
I think my favorite one is still Beanpole Gas Can. I still remember that one.
One time, I think you literally just said Benedict Cumberbatch
I
as the
did.
name.
I think I did, that one, the famous race car driver. I think Mario Andretti, I think I said once.
Which, I mean, I hope y'all have your DuckTales lore if you're new listeners, because Benzino Gasolini is a one-off, two-time off
character. He shows up in the episode Hotel Strange Duck, the maybe the most nonsensical episode of DuckTales, and again in Top Duck, a very good episode of DuckTales.
Yes.
He shows up twice.
And we just latched on to him because it's funny, and now it's part of our brand. Yeah. And we got these beautiful mugs as a gift.
They're incredible. It's Benzino Gasolini and the Duchess. Oh, what's it?
Isn't it just
the Duchess of
Transylvania?
Swansylvania,
yes.
Who both premiere in Hotel Strange Duck. So I know we thank Josh at the Disney Delete on Twitter, but thank you again, because holy crap.
Yes.
Those are incredible. I got them in the mail and, screamed, probably.
Same. I think I was still traveling.
Yes.
Yeah, I was still traveling when you said they arrived, and I was like, oh my god.
I sent you, the blurry pictures.
So good. I have mine now as well, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's so good. So, thank you again. Mm-hmm. We appreciate everyone who has humored and kind of bought into our strange obsession with this.
The amount of Benzino adjacent fan art we've received is also incredible.
Our brand. Who wants to draw us hanging out with Benzino? I'll pay you nothing, probably, but I would appreciate it.
Same. I would frame it. I think.
Artists of Twitter. And Tumblr. We've gotten some art on Tumblr. Yeah, I think. Are we good to go? Let's get into the episode.
Yes.
Alright, so again, this is... What episode is this? Ronguay in Ronguay.
Mm-hmm.
So on Disney Plus, it is Ronguay to Ronguay, but also Disney Plus subtitles for, I think, DuckTales, maybe just anything old specifically, are terrible.
They're so bad.
So bad.
I usually get the transcript for the episode. I either get it from online or I write it out myself. And with this show, I was like, oh, maybe I'll just depend on the subtitles. But no, it cuts off so much context to certain things people are saying.
They mispronounce. These aren't mispronounce. They misspell Glomgold's name.
So
every time.
Now I'm gonna have to type this whole thing out by myself. Yeah.
But I think we'll see. We'll get into it. This episode goes pretty quick. Right? There isn't as many plot points as the last episode.
No. But also, I think technically 2 weeks happened in this episode.
I think so. Yeah. And it goes real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Where do we pick up?
We pick up where we left off in the destroyed candy factory.
Yeah. It is, we have all the cops in there removing the...
Beagle Boys?
And I guess I know their names.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking of a fun adjective to describe the way they've been, fossilized in chocolate. I don't think that's what happens to fossils. Never mind. Do you think they're suffocating in there?
I mean, maybe. I don't know how porous chocolate is.
Right. I mean, it's more like fudge, right? Because how it hardens.
Yeah. I don't know. Time to do an experiment.
Who wants to
dunk
themselves in chocolate? I mean, it hardens, which, whatever. I mean, chocolate, I don't think should do that, right? Unless it's fudge.
Well, fudge hardens, yeah. But also, if the fudge was hot, they would have, like, 30
Yeah, they'd have
burns.
I think I joked about them having 30-degree burns in the last episode. But they're fine.
Yeah.
Because they just, the cops, it looks like the cops just pick up big time, because he's the smallest of the chocolate statues. But they break Burger out.
Mm-hmm. And Burger proceeds to eat whatever he can from the chocolate.
Eating his way out like he's inside a chocolate Easter bunny.
Yeah. And he asks for some milk.
Yes.
Hey, this little bun's going to see. Does anyone have a glass of milk?
There's the generic news reporter again.
Yeah, who's still reporting, I guess. It's a good day for her.
Yeah, I'm like, girl, you were doing like a personality spotlight piece, and now you're just reporting the regular news. This feels like a downgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's reminding us what just happened in the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She points out the wooden ship, how it was.
Yeah, that this little wooden ship has been returned to Scrooge McDuck, aka its wealthy owner. She said.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And we get a pan into the mold that the ship has left on the chocolate,
like a reminder.
Yeah.
And we see that there is somebody watching this news, because we see Scrooge take it out of the chocolate, and there is somebody watching the news. Yeah,
laughing at Scrooge's misfortune because this mess is gonna cost a lot to clean up.
Yeah, it's Flanner Glomgold. Because we get this Scottish music that plays right when he shows up.
Ha! That mess ought to cost that scrounging McDuck a pretty penny. Tally it up. Money, bucks, cold hard cash. If this keeps up, Flintheart Glomgold will be the filthiest, richest duck in the world.
He's in his study. He's in this big armchair with a G on the back.
In case he forgets who sits there.
Yes. His chair. He has his assistant accountants. These are the ugliest looking characters I've ever seen. This. Are you seeing this first guy?
Yeah, he looks like that one other duck, cartoon duck. I don't remember what the name.
Oh, Duckman?
Yes,
it just occurred to me. Yes, he looks like Duckman. Yeah.
I don't know where I've seen Duck. I think Burger King had a toy with him. That's the only reason I remember.
I've just seen stuff of him on Twitter, I think. But yeah, he looks like a Disney version of Duckman, and he looks just as bad as you think he would.
Yeah.
And so he's operating like an old timey,
ticker
money counter, it's under a bell jar.
Yeah.
And Glomgold has him counting his money, right?
Yeah, so he has to count his money, and then I guess he knows how much Scrooge's has, so he's deducing the amount that it's going to cost to clean up from Scrooge's, total amount.
Yeah, because Flintheart Glomgold wants to be the richest person in the world. He wants to be the richest duck in the world. And so, so he wants to see how much money Scrooge has lost, and if that has brought him up to be the richest. Mm-hmm. And his, study just extends into, a row of massive 80s computer banks. Yeah. To calculate all of his wealth. And there's, a second assistant accountant whose face we don't see, I think.
No.
But he's a little dog man. And I'm pretty sure they would use his character model in a future episode, but I just know that because I have watched a lot of DuckTales.
And yeah, it's like this huge, like, wall-to-wall machine.
Yeah, like it's... The walls are this machine.
Yeah. And it has, like, clocks. It has, like, what we see is, like, a graph that's, like, moving. It's, like, tallying up the money.
Yeah. And I think Scrooge still has more, right? Is that the...
Yeah, because so Flintheart is, like, looking at the whole thing, and then Scrooge's amount of money is still above his.
Yeah.
And he's, very much disappointed.
But before he can get too mad, he gets a phone call. And the Duckman assistant brings him the phone.
And he says a line that I really like, because he says, money talks, I listen, speak. And I'm like, ooh, that's
that's fun. It's snappy.
Smooth, yeah.
I believe it's Hal Smith as the voice of Glomgold. Yes, I think we'll see next episode. I don't want to check now. Hal Smith also does the voice of Gyro, I think.
Okay.
Could be wrong.
Yeah.
I don't feel like checking right now. I think Gyro shows up next episode, so I'll check then.
Sounds good. I'm also not checking.
Yeah, it's fine. If I'm wrong, I'll learn next episode.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, so can anyone just dial up the second richest guy in the world?
I was gonna say, because there's no way it's El Capitan who calls him.
Yes.
There's no way El Capitan should have this
No!
easy access
there's
to
no way
Glomgold.
Glomgold's personal office number is in the phone book. like El Capitan had to have used. Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Because he gets in direct contact with Glomgold immediately. Yeah, so it's El Capitan in a phone booth. And, I mean, this guy, why is he wearing all this? Who is he hiding from? Has he been evading taxes for the last years?
I don't know, because he, like we said, he's in like his old trench coat. He has like the really like flattened like fedora. He has like that weird like mustache.
Yeah, like this weird droopy, too big mustache on his too skinny dog nose. Yeah. He's wearing gloves, like...
Yeah, he just doesn't look good.
No, he's all hunched over. It's terrible.
Yeah.
But he's offering Glomgold the opportunity to be the richest duck in the world. Mm-hmm. And Glomgold's like, yes, I'm sold.
Yeah.
Strange, man.
He's not like, who is this? He just immediately accepts.
And so, okay, so Flintheart Glomgold. I don't think we described what he looks like.
No, we have not.
So, Glomgold is one of, like, the main, let's say, 5 threats in DuckTales. Who are the main villains in DuckTales? I just said 5.
Glomgold, the Beagle Boys.
As just one entity.
Yeah, Magica. Those are the only thing I can remember.
Is that it?
I think that's it. Yeah,
because every so often there'll be other villains, or like there won't be like a specific bad guy. There'll be the plot will deal with other stuff.
Yeah, because they're the big 3.
I'm trying to think of. I'm like, who does Gizmo Duck fight? I'm like, the Beagle Boys.
The Beagle Boys. Yeah, that's the same. I was like, wait, who does Beagle?
Because every so often they fight like a one-off villain, like where the Phantom Blot shows up for one episode. Yeah, every so often there'll be a one-off villain. But yeah, for main villains, Glomgold, Magica, and the entirety of the Beagle Boys and Ma Beagle. Mm-hmm. Glomgold shares the same character model as Scrooge.
Yeah.
Like, exactly the same.
I've, like called him just evil Scrooge plenty of times, because he just is.
Yeah. Same character model as Scrooge. He has a very bushy gray beard. Mm-hmm. And a kilt, a green kilt.
Yes.
So Glomgold, like a lot of the characters in DuckTales, was created by Carl Barks. He made his first appearance in the 1956 comic, The Second Richest Duck. Barks created him as a character who was from South Africa, where he made his fortune in diamond mining, and he looks basically the same. Older duck with a short beard, a black coat, and a bonnet that I think Glomgold wears. Yeah, Glomgold wears later. He was intended as an eviler Scrooge. Yeah. He even has his own money bin in South Africa, in the Limpopo Valley, that has a pound sign instead of a dollar sign. Mm-hmm. though Glomgold only appeared in 3 comic books by Carl Barks. Yeah, so Glomgold only ever appeared in 3 comic books by Carl Barks. The first was The Second Richest Duck. The second was The Money Champ. And the third and last was So Far and No Safari. In the last comic, Glomgold is decidedly more evil and ruthless.
Oh.
Though he is, again, a more evil Scrooge. And after Carl Barks retired, the character was really not used for about 10 years. And, after that, obviously, the Donald Duck and Uncle Scrooge comics became very popular in Italy and the Netherlands. And in that time, the Italian sorceress Magica de Spell became much more popular. It wasn't until 1979 when Egmont, the Danish comic book editors, decided to revive the character. Since then, Glomgold has appeared in more than 100 Egmont stories.
Oh, wow.
And I think that's where the Duckburg Billionaires Club's introduced, because Glomgold is a member of that, along with Scrooge and John D. Rockerduck. Also a character of Carl Barks' creation, who was later revitalized and reused in mostly Italian and Dutch comics. At the same time that DuckTales came out, the same year, Don Rosa published his first Scrooge McDuck story, The Son of the Sun. It also brings back Glomgold as the main villain of the story. And he kept to Carl Barks' original incarnation of the character as being South African. He even expanded on it much further in The Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck, where Floonhart is a Boer from the province of Transvaal. He was born around the same time as Scrooge and has this whole backstory about like the diamond mining and the gold rush at that time. But obviously, this Glomgold, who was created for DuckTales, is not South African. He is Scottish.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, I think in part it was to make like a more direct evil Scrooge by having him be Scottish, but also, I mean, obviously in 1987 there's a lot of controversy around South Africa because of apartheid. So obviously South Africa was no longer associated with diamonds like it had been in the 40s and 50s. It was associated obviously with apartheid. And I would imagine that Disney did not want to have that be so close to their characters.
Disney was like, oh, you know what? No.
No.
Yeah.
But in the comics, his origin remains unchanged. And obviously Don Rosa's stories have no bearing whatsoever on DuckTales.
None at all.
No. He does not like DuckTales.
No.
I mean, you can probably Google this, but I know that when he would go to conventions, he would put up a sign with "This is not DuckTales."
Yes.
Because he probably got sick of people asking about that.
Like, on one hand, I get it, and on the other hand, I'm like, just take it in. Get the money. Get that money
and be like, sure.
Sure.
Yeah, it's like, he's more cultured. Yeah. Like, he is for the European audiences, mostly, because they're the ones who, like, know him by name. Yeah. I know, pre-pandemic, I would see him, like, on Facebook going to events in, like, the Netherlands, and, like, there'd be a line of people waiting to see him. So that's the life that he's used to, not this, like, slovenly Americans who all they know is DuckTales, not the, what's math? Like, this, like, 70 years of Donald Duck and Uncle Scrooge history.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm always jealous of the Italian Dutch Duck fans.
Honestly,
I'm like, y'all get everything.
Christ.
We get the mouse.
We have the mouse. We're cursed with the mouse.
Ugh.
Anyway, Scrooge is vacuuming his pool.
I did not understand what was happening at first.
Same.
I was like, why is he vacuuming it? What?
Why is he wearing flippers, like water flippers, over his duck feet? That's what I'm wondering.
I don't know. He has another, like, stylish bathing suit, though.
Yeah, I like that it's a different color.
Yeah. This one's yellow and, like, violet.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm getting really pissed about this stupid, like, what are they called, the water flippers you wear?
Aren't they just flippers?
Yeah, I guess. You have webbed feet.
Yeah.
You don't need them. Okay, so Scrooge is vacuuming the bottom of his pool because he's planning on using this thing. It's a whole contraption that when I first started watching, I was like, oh, is Gyro going to show up? Because I assumed there was a gyro invention. And the fact that it explodes underwater.
Yeah. Sadly, no gyro yet.
Not yet. But
yeah, it's like this whole thing.
It's a sand sucker. That I guess that he was planning on using on his treasure hunt the treasure hunt, obviously for the treasure of the sunken ship. The model ship doesn't have a name or anything, right? It's just like
I don't
model
think so.
ship treasure.
Yeah. They should have called it something.
Right? Yeah, because Scrooge talked about like, oh, this thing's a priceless artifact. Okay, Scrooge, what's it called? What's it called? Whatever.
Yeah, give it a name. No, it's this little model ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just noticed Duckworth is standing in the pool fully clothed.
Oh, he is. I see that now. He's just standing there.
I just noticed that because Scrooge comes up for air. And because his sand sucker blew up. And Duckworth is just... Oh my god, Duckworth has, like, boots on. Like, he has, like... Those, like,
the
thigh-high galoshes thing that you wear fishing. He's wearing those. That's such a fun detail.
No.
He is.
It's not.
He is. I can see it. He doesn't have, like...
Because keep playing it. And his pants are rolled up.
Oh, they are. Okay, that's even worse.
Yeah.
He went in it wearing his shoes.
Yeah, just, like, dress shoe, sock... pants rolled up.
I hope you listeners are watching the episode with us.
Yeah.
So you can experience my mental breakdown in real time.
Cause yeah, it does look like he's wearing like thigh-high, like boots.
Yeah, those yeah, you know, like the waiters. I don't know what they're called. I don't fish, or whatever. But yeah, he just went into the pool with socks and shoes on. You maniac.
Why did he have to be in the pool?
Yeah.
Because he could have handed Scrooge his towel outside of the pool.
Why'd he have to be in the water with him? What is this, Duckworth?
You're so dignified, Duckworth. Why did you get in the pool?
With your socks and shoes. The things we noticed.
Same. Also, like, I guess he's standing on the ledge, but the fact that he just, like, walks and doesn't sink, he's not, like, swimming, he just kind of walks across the pool.
I mean, I guess he was in the shallow end.
Yeah. That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah, because Scrooge had to swim to the shallow end. Did he just dump a bunch of sand in his pool to test out the sand sucker?
I think.
Now you just have a crap ton of sand in your pool. That's the worst. Like, going from, like, a beach to a pool and, like, getting sand in the pool is just, like...
Yeah.
What the hell do you do then?
Well, I've watched a lot of pool cleaning videos on YouTube, so I know that there are ways to, like, vacuum it up.
Yeah, but he just brought, like, a ton of sand. Like, the whole bottom of his pool is now just sand.
Yeah. Fucked up the pool.
Yeah. What about the pool filter?
Oh no, trashed it. Completely trashed
totally.
it. Duckworth is gonna have to pick up that sand.
Yeah. Grain by grain. This is dumb. Alright, we're getting hung up on this.
Yeah.
So...
Because it's stupid.
It's stupid.
But yeah, Scrooge is complaining that he's not going to be able to take the sand sucker on his treasure hunt.
Which he can't even go on yet because he doesn't know where the treasure is. Yeah, he hasn't solved the mystery of the treasure ship. Cue the boys, like, I guess, yelling from the top of their lungs that they've solved it because we hear them shout from inside the mansion. I also love this exterior shot we get of the mansion.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there's, like, this, like...
The mansion looks a lot more fun from this angle.
like, there's, like, at the end of the pool, like, the dollar sign pool that I adore, is, like, this, like, rock feature where the water's coming from. It looks like a mini waterfall.
Yeah, and there's, like, to the side, like, from the door out, there's, like, a canopy.
Yeah!
happening.
This looks so nice! What the hell?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been to Miami, but it gives me very Miami vibes.
It's nice. But yeah, so we hear the kids yell from the top of their lungs, and they figured it out. And you see the boys are all gathered in, like, a library. Looking at the boat.
It's, like, from floor to ceiling books.
Yes.
Yeah. And, yeah, they're, I think it's Huey. That's my complaint. They, like, I make notes of everyone. I like to say who's speaking when. There are so many times in this episode, and probably in the whole series, where, because all the boys have the same voice, and they don't show you visually who's speaking, you just do not know who's talking. And it doesn't matter at the end of the day.
It doesn't matter.
It bugs me. But it bugs me.
And you texted me, I'm like, Faby, it doesn't matter for this show. They are the single entity.
Yeah.
Known as the nephews.
But yeah, so I'm like, fuck.
Huey, Dewey, Louie. That's one person. Split in 3 bodies.
Just one soul among 3 bodies.
And yeah, it's the incredible voice of Russi Taylor. Which, I know people have said that the voices of the boys annoy them, but, like, I like it. Like, it's cute.
I think maybe at one point I was like, they're kind of annoying, but, like, I'm very fond of them.
Yeah, maybe if you hear it long enough. I mean, because Russi Taylor did the voice for them, I mean, from forever until she passed away, obviously in 2019. So, I mean, everything, basically anyone would have heard them in would have been Russi Taylor.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who's taking over for her now. Because I know the boys, they show up and stuff, and they show up in shows still.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure who will take over for her on that angle, since I know obviously they have a new mini. But
yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think Huey's the one who yelled that he figured it out.
Yes. So he comes in yelling that there is no such word as. I hope the subtitles are right, because I have no idea what else he says. Ganawanda in Spanish.
Yeah, which is apparently the name, quote unquote, on the ship.
So the boys, like, deduce that it must be a code for something.
Yeah. And so they assume, like the simplest code, that the letters each stand for numbers. And each of the boys are kind of piecing this together. And that if the letters stand for numbers, then maybe the numbers are meant to be longitude and latitude.
Yeah.
And it's like a globe next to them that they're, like, using to point out.
Yeah. And so they're very excited because, like, they found where the gold is using that.
So they think they found the coordinates for where the sunken treasure is.
So immediately, like, Scrooge, still in his bathing suit, runs in, like, where's the gold? Where's the gold?
Because they yell, we found the gold! And he's like, where is it? Yeah. He's, like, looking around the library, like they've hidden it under the rug or something.
The gold! We found the gold!
Where is it? Where is it?
We get to go alone?
No.
And Louis immediately is like, can we go, like, on this adventure?
Like, before they tell him anything. They're like, are we going with you? And he's like, no. Immediately. No.
Yeah. He's like, no, you guys belong, like, here with Duckworth. And Duckworth, again, is like, I'd rather die.
I mean, right? I'd rather be... He says I would rather be plucked. Which, Duckworth, one, you're a dog. You know this.
Yes.
I know this. We all know this. Birds that are plucked are dead ones, Duckworth.
Yes.
But so Scrooge is like, alright, kids, so tell me what you learned. And they're like, oh, no, sorry, we forgot. Because we're little kids, and we forget things.
And Scrooge is kind of like, he, like, growls, but before he can, like, do much about it, the doorbell rings.
Like, immediately, and Duckworth, like, teleports over to answer it.
He full-on sprinted to open that door.
And on the other side is Glomgold.
Carrying, like, a suitcase of cash?
Yes. It's like, like a leather briefcase.
Yes.
Thing. And Duckworth is like, doesn't want to let him in.
No, he's like, sorry, no riffraff, saved by appointment. I'm like, oh my god.
This is the second most powerful guy in the city, at least.
Yeah.
But Glomgold just kind of pushes his way in.
Mm-hmm.
I love and Scrooge is still in his bathing suit.
Yeah. And like Glomgold makes a comment that like, oh, I see that you're still too cheap to send out your laundry, Scrooge.
Yeah. Like he implied that he's bathing in his clothes so to clean it. But Glomgold says he's here to buy Scrooge's candy factory, the destroyed one that's still inundated with chocolate. Thank you.
Yeah.
And Scrooge is immediately like, yes, sure, no problem.
Yeah. He's like, name the price, double it, and then he kind of like thinks about it. He's like, wait, what do you want to do with like a completely destroyed candy factory?
And Glomgold's like, oh, don't worry about it. Here's $2 million.
So yeah, the deal goes through.
Oh yeah, Scrooge is like, oh yeah, totally. Like he does not question it. Mm-hmm. And he calls Glomgold a poor businessman because it'll take at least that much to clean up the factory in the first place.
And so Glomgold retaliates by being like, I have more money-making ability in one tiny pinky than you do in your whole body. Scrooge, like, taking the bait, basically starts to argue back that no, like, he has more money-making ability.
Yeah, and that he'll eat Glomgold's hat if he doesn't. Or something.
He basically says that the day that he can't defeat Glomgold is the day he'll eat Glomgold's hat.
Yes, thank you for like actually reading the dialogue, listening to the dialogue. Yeah, so Glomgold basically makes a bet, like he's telling him to put his money where his mouth is.
So the bet is that they're gonna have 2 weeks, and whoever makes more money from scratch at the end of those 2 weeks, then is the winner, and the loser has to eat Glomgold's hat.
Yeah, and the winner wins nothing. Like there's
bragging rights. I guess.
It's just bragging rights, and the loser has to eat his hat. And it's like this like Tam O'Shanter bonnet thing that he's wearing.
Yeah.
And like that's it. Like these two, Glomgold just handed Scrooge $2 million in cash, and now this is the stupid bet they're making.
Rules? No rules. Whoever makes the most money from scratch in 2 weeks wins. Whoever loses eats my hat.
Deal.
2 weeks, then. I got Scroogey this time, partner.
Then let us go, senor.
And so Glomgold leaves just like cackling because he got Scrooge to do the exact thing he wanted, basically. Yeah.
And you see that like there's the detail, there's a couple bills that fell out of the briefcase, like wads of cash that are just sitting on the floor. And Glomgold leaves cackling, like you said, and just like outside the mansion, he stops, and because El Capitan is just hiding behind a bush.
Yeah. Looking creepy as all hell.
Yes.
In this still that I have, his eyes are just completely white.
Yeah, and like there's this much more defined shadow under his hat.
Yeah.
So he and Glomgold are working together to get Scrooge to lead him to the treasure eventually.
Yeah.
Because Scrooge has to does finding a pile of treasure count as earning money?
I don't know, I guess.
I mean, I guess Glomgold said no rules.
That's the thing. He said no rules, so I guess,
Yeah, so it's not you have to make money through business. It's like you just have to make money. I got distracted by the portraits on the wall.
I got distracted by this dancing.
Yeah, that too. There's one of like a lady, but then there's another one of like Scrooge and the Klondike. And it's like him holding 2 nuggets of gold in both hands.
Oh yeah, I see it now.
Huh. Yes, and sorry, he's dancing down the hallway with Duckworth.
Yeah.
What do we think of this relationship?
I've been meaning to say it the whole time. I didn't know how to bring it up.
Yes.
Because
this is do it.
This has to be like a romantic relationship that Duckworth is pissed that the kids are here.
Yes. They're interfering.
Yeah.
They can't, they have to keep the relationship secret around the kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, I'd be bitchy too if that were the case.
So Scrooge has Duckworth by the hands and they're dancing down the hallway. Mm-hmm. He's telling him that once he finds that treasure, he'll win the bet. Then he's like, oh shit, I don't know where the treasure is.
Yeah, before he, like, lets go of Duckworth and he just hear a crashing noise. And so the kids are still, like, Dewey's on top of this giant globe, and Huey and Louie are just kind of around it, and Scrooge is like, come on, boys, tell me where the treasure is.
Yeah, and he, like, gets on his knees and begs them to tell him, and that if he tells them, he will let them come along.
Mm-hmm. And they don't, like, tell him immediately. He just makes the promise and then tells them to go get their, like, swim fins because they're gonna go get the treasure. Yeah.
Well, the boys tell him that the treasure is leading them to the tiny country of Ronguay. Mm-hmm. And where is it on this map? Where they're showing it on the map is at almost the very bottom of South America.
Yeah.
What's actually there, Argentina?
I don't know, I'm really bad at geography.
I don't know South America very well. I don't think I've ever been... Wait, no, that's a lie, I have. But not down there. I've been to Belize. That's more north, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty north. Let me look at a map
of South America.
Oh.
Is it Argentina? Am I right? It's Argentina!
It's either Argentina... it's either Argentina or Uruguay. So
wait, where's Uruguay? Oh, damn. Well, just based on the map, like it's almost the very bottom of South America, so technically Argentina.
It's probably Argentina. Yeah.
Uruguay is a little more north.
Yeah, unless this is one of those weird scales.
Yeah, there's also like the little island, the Falkland Island. That there's a little dot next to it is much more north than it is on an actual map. So fuck knows. Fuck this cartoon map. That should probably be Argentina.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Argentina.
Yeah, there aren't too many countries in South America. I feel like I should have known this. I mean, it's mostly Belize, not Belize. Brazil.
I should know this. I know Chile is super long.
Yeah, it's the long, skinny one. I'm just getting distracted by this map now. Anyway.
Yeah.
So they're going to the tiny, made-up country
Argentina.
Of Ronguay.
Yeah. Yes.
And I'm positive this plane is an Indiana Jones reference.
Oh.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. They fly from... Ah, shit. He starts off somewhere in China. I forget where. And he flies to India, I think is where they end up. Mm-hmm. I did not enjoy Temple of Doom. I did not finish watching it. Though I did see the like half of it, and they do fly off in like a kind of like a shitty plane.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen that one.
It's the really racist one.
Oh. I don't need to.
No. So this plane, it's like... It has like a clothesline on the top of it.
Yeah.
And it's full of non-anthropomorphic farm animals.
Mm-hmm.
And the seats are just wooden chairs with seat belts.
At least there's chairs, I guess.
I guess, but there's like it's like there's like chickens and like
some pigs. It's bad.
I'm not sure whether this is just Scrooge being cheap Or I think one of the boys asks if this was the only airline that will go to Ronguay.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
I don't know, it's not really explained. Like, Scrooge is just like...
Yeah.
When he was looking for copper, that the plane would have been like a luxury comparatively.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But there's no implication that's like he's trying to save money.
Yeah. And so they're flying. And Louis realizes they're going north instead of south.
Yes. because of the placement of the sun.
Yeah.
So immediately, like, the boys tell Scrooge, who's fallen asleep at this point.
Did you see what he yells when he wakes up?
Yeah. He yells out, "Sell all my soybean futures." And he's, like, intense about it, and then he kind of wakes up and, like, he's like, "Oh, whoa."
Yeah. Whoa, where am I? That was one of the few jokes in the episode that made me laugh.
The plane's heading north. Uncle Scrooge!
Sell all my soybean futures.
Wake up, Uncle Scrooge!
And this is where we get, like, the title, like, shadowed, basically, because one of the boys yells out that they're going the wrong way to Ronguay.
Yeah. And Scrooge gets out of his chair, and this is what I'm saying. These wooden chairs are not bolted down. They're just sitting on these loose wooden chairs with useless seatbelts. Like, they'll just go flying across the cabin in the chair.
It's like, it's even worse that they're wearing the seatbelts, because now they're stuck to the chairs.
And so Scrooge is, he's like rushing up to the captain's, the cockpit to talk to the captain. And there's like a pig sitting by the door. But the door is locked.
Mm-hmm. And so Louis suggests that Scrooge try the intercom, so he, like, presses it, but it plays, like, this automatic message that, you know, this is Ronguay Airlines that usually goes non-stop to Ronguay.
Hey, you! Let me in!
Try the intercom!
Welcome to Ronguay Airlines, usually non-stop flight to Ronguay.
And I don't understand why Scrooge, I mean, besides comedic purposes, why Scrooge decides to do this way, but he, like, head first runs to the door.
No, he doesn't. He's gonna go to kick it open, but the pig trips him up. I just noticed because he scares the pig. And the pig that was sitting by the door bolts, and it trips him, and he knocks himself out on the door, which just opens. Like,
that makes a lot more sense than what I was seeing before, because it just looked like he went head first into the door.
He did. Because the pig tripped him.
Okay.
But he did succeed in opening the door. So. And he's just on the floor unconscious.
Yeah. And then Dewey just grabs, like, one of his arms and, like, you know, does the test, and it just flops to the floor.
But then Scrooge wakes up. Like, he says he's out for the count. Like, 2 seconds before Scrooge starts to get back up.
Yeah. Okay, so funny. And so the boys go to confront the pilot, tell him that he has to, like, turn the plane around, and that's when they discover that it's, like, a robot.
Like a really shitty robot.
Yeah, it looks like a vacuum cleaner.
I was gonna say, it looks like an oil drum with arms and legs.
Oh. Yeah.
And a vacuum cleaner, like the face looks like, is it the Hoover vacuums that have the faces?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
That's like the face, but, like, the body is an oil drum.
Uh-huh.
With, like, a 1950s robot arms and legs.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
little clamps.
Yeah, like a gyro robot would and does look better.
Yes.
Like Armstrong. It looks so much better. Watch the episode Armstrong if you don't know what I'm talking about. I love it. Like, the robot captain does have like an oversized captain's hat.
I was gonna say, I like the detail of just the hat that actually fits it.
And it has a mustache. We didn't mention.
Yes.
He has a little, like, catfish mustache. And they're trying to get it to stop, but they can't even get the robot like out of the chair. It's like bolted in.
No. And so Louis goes to grab, like, a fire extinguisher and just, like, starts hitting the robot.
He just hits it on the head, but it activates the automated voice message. Mm-hmm. I like that it's a woman's voice. Like it's fun since it's a quote unquote masculine robot.
Mm-hmm. Also, I just paused it, and can you see this
the
like,
sexy woman duck?
The sexy duck.
If you pause it on 6:33, there is this like pinup of
it's like a pinup.
Sexy lady duck with the biggest boobs I've ever seen. She's like in a bathing suit, and like they are half out of this bathing suit.
Just half out. She has like reddish orangish hair, and she does have like, she has a combination like duck legs.
Like they're the color of duck legs, but they're shapely like a woman's. Yeah, and like she's wearing heels. My God, her boobs.
Because it's the shot of Dewey coming up with like the next part of the plan, which is to pull the cord out because they see that like the robot's connected to an outlet. But just in the background there's this pinup.
Yeah, it's what animator is responsible for this? Who's responsible for this?
Oh my God.
Wow. This robot is plugged in. I don't know how that would work on a plane, especially one this shitty. And I don't think planes have outlets. I'm not an expert, but
I don't no idea.
Whatever. So they unplug it, but they don't unplug it like Dewey just straight up rips the power cord. Yeah.
like from I don't know what the thing is called, but like there's a part of it that stays inside and plugged into
like
the
he
outlet.
Doesn't pull it out like a normal person. Like the cord itself tears, and we see a spark of electricity. And then the robot like convulses, which seems like a bit much considering it was unplugged. But
and then we see that like Dewey kind of starts to brag a little that it's all in the wrist. Yeah. And then the airplane starts to take a dive.
Yeah, because they just killed the captain.
Yeah. The pilot is gone.
Yes.
Unplug it! Unplug it! It's on the reduction!
And like Huey's not trying to wake the robot back up, and it's like, yo, what did you think was going to happen when you disabled the person flying the plane?
So the boys immediately Louis starts to look through the when you're just I can't say it through the Junior Woodchuck guidebook.
Got some consonants.
Yeah. And he can't find like how to fly a plane. He can find other things.
No, he can find what is it that he lists? Like the list is insane.
Yeah, he can fly a jet, a space shuttle, like some kind of blimp. Yeah. But he can't fly just a regular plane.
Yes. And then, so they're just like straight up diving straight down.
Yeah.
Until, surprisingly, Scrooge comes, like, I guess he was recovering in the corner.
Yeah.
He levels off the plane and is piloting it. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, wow.
Like, right on time, because it was about to, like, hit the water, like, the ocean.
Yes, they're about to be sentenced to a watery grave.
Oh, no.
Like, this is the one thing this Scrooge has on DuckTales 2017 Scrooge. He can fly a plane.
Yeah.
It actually surprised me.
Same. I did not remember he could do it.
No.
And yeah, so he manages to get them to Ronguay.
Oh, but before that.
Oh, yeah.
They see on the back of the robot is the manufacturer's label of Flintheart Glomgold's company. Mm-hmm. And, like, all Scrooge says was, that's weird. And that's it. Yeah. And we change scenes.
Damn.
Yeah, Scrooge, that is weird. You're not gonna...
That is weird.
You're not gonna dwell on that? You're not gonna dwell on that anymore? How'd you even end up on this plane? Yeah.
Oh my god. Because they barely make it to Ronguay. Yes.
They crash. Mm-hmm. It's not a terrible crash. They just kind of bounce. They land on a soccer field.
Yeah.
And they crash into the net. They kind of take the net with them.
As soon as they land, they like, you know, they're gonna get off the plane, and Scrooge is like, he notices that there's like a group of people coming towards them, and he's like, oh look, all the locals are coming to welcome us.
And it's people like running for their lives with like carrying suitcases. Mm-hmm. And they storm into the plane, close the door behind them, pause, throw them out.
Oh my god.
And then take off in the plane.
Yeah.
And nobody has anything to say about this.
No. Like,
they just stole your ride, Scrooge.
Exactly.
You paid some sort of money for this.
Yeah. Scrooge legitimately just, like, dusts himself off and is like, okay, we need to, like, additional transportation to find, like, this treasure. Yeah. But that's it.
No comment on them
stealing your
plane, stealing your shitty plane, which probably needs gas.
Yeah. God.
Yeah, they're just like completely oblivious to the panic that is in this country. It's like set in like the 1880s. This country. I feel like we've gone back in time.
Honestly, yeah. Because we get like glimpses of it, and it's like, well, it looks really run down as well. At least the building that we see, like the market. Yeah,
it's like terracotta over brick, but it's all crumbling. Mm-hmm. You can see the brick underneath. All dirt roads.
Like a cart passes by.
Yeah, I feel like we've gone back to like the cowboy times.
Yeah,
with this city.
Because they walk into like a general market, like in the Old West.
Yeah, yeah. And there's, like, the store owner who's, like, packing up. Mm-hmm. And clearly in a hurry. And Scrooge is like, la-dee-dee, we need some transportation.
Uh-huh. And the shop owner is immediately like, I'm all out. Yeah. Like, no, like, there is nothing.
But the Monsuppies are coming. Which... made up word, obviously.
Yes, it is.
It's meant to be like monsoon, which don't happen in South America. There's specifically something that happened in like Southeast Asia.
Yeah, because I was like, wait, what's the Spanish word for monsoon? Because it's not a word I use. And I was like, no, it's just like, that's not the word. No. I was like, okay.
And so, I mean, obviously there's countries with rainy seasons, like intense ones. But they're not monsoons.
Yeah.
It's different. Monsoons are like a very specific thing.
Yeah. But either way, Scrooge does not know what the Monsuppies are.
He assumes it's a festival. Like, yes, Scrooge, these people are running for their lives because it's...
From a festival.
From the festival. Because it's time for the fucking party.
Yeah.
And Scrooge, anyway, he's like, oh, if we get a horse or a mule. And he's like, the shop owner's like, dude... we don't have any.
Yeah, because it really says that like a rich Yankee bought the last mule and the last like ice cream cart that he had.
Yeah, which is a funny detail, which is actually important. Vaguely offensive portrayal of.
Yeah, I was wondering when we were gonna get to that.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really see the people of Ronguay anymore after this scene, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, with the city itself, the city feels like it's set in the past.
Yeah, like, I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, it just feels like desolate, I guess I would say.
Yeah, I mean, like the idea that that this like non-white country is like decrepit and like old, basically.
Yeah.
That's not, that they don't have, like, modern conveniences or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, obviously, like, just the voice acting for the shop owner and stuff isn't great.
Yeah.
I think it's Jim Cummings
at one point,
doing the voice.
Probably.
I just always assume that any side character is Jim Cummings, kind of by default.
Yeah. Yeah. We do hear some, like, andale, and I'm like... okay, I guess.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah. not the worst we'll see in the show.
No,
but...
God, this is the best interpretation. This is the best portrayal, I think, of a non-white country. We will see, I think, in the show.
Yeah.
The least offensive, I'm pretty sure. And so we cut to Scrooge just in the desert.
Yeah. And he's like kind of proud of himself because he's like, oh, you know, to the boys, you see what a little bit of persistence can do because they got like transportation. Sort of. It's this like llama that they have all their equipment and stuff on, their gear on.
Yeah, but they have to walk.
But yeah, they have to walk, and also like the llama doesn't want to walk really because the triplets are pushing it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So it's not great.
Mm-mm.
I'm pretty sure llamas are like in mountainous areas, and the way that Ronguay is portrayed is just like a Mexican desert.
Yeah.
I don't think there's llamas here. Like llamas are obviously like in Peru and Chile and Argentina, which are mountainous countries. This isn't.
That's the thing. It's supposed to be in South America, but it feels like your typical like North Mexican Western town.
Yes. Yeah, and obviously, so like the assumption,
like the architecture.
Yes, the assumption that they're the same because they're Latin or whatever. Mm-hmm. Obviously, if they bothered at all, the architecture and clothing and everything would be completely different. Mm-hmm. Obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
But no, this 1987 cartoon could not care enough.
No.
But so they're in this desert, and the boys are wondering how can there be a sunken treasure ship here? Like it's a desert.
Scrooge is like weirdly optimistic through a chunk of this episode because he's like, oh, you know, like maybe this is just the beach, and he kind of just like laughs it off. And like the boys are like upset because they're apologetic because Huey like is like, oh, you know, sorry Uncle Scrooge, like we blew it, like we messed up, this must not be where the treasure is gonna be.
But he's like, no, like look, like they have the model ship with them, and that there's the porthole over where the name of the ship is looks like a compass point. Mm-hmm. And he's saying, well, if this is if this is a compass, then we should go north or something.
Yeah, so they're basically like, if this is north, then like where the boat is pointing, we should go in that direction.
Yeah. And meanwhile, we see that somebody is watching them through a pair of binoculars, and there's a I love this shitty wooden sign. Like I'm just like looking at it. There's this shitty wooden sign with a skull and crossbones, like the saddest skull and crossbones I've ever seen. It's tiny. It's like vaguely off center, and somebody takes a saw to the sign, and it falls into the quicksand that it was warning about, and it let me see in the corner of the screen the little ice cream cart rolling away.
Leaving. Because when I was rewatching it, I listened to the shop owner be like, ice cream cart, and I was like, oh, that's like kind of random, and then I see that it actually paid off.
Yes, it pays off. It's so good. And so we see later in the day, they're taking a break, Scrooge and the boys.
Well, specifically the boys are more likely, because they're tired. And Dewey's like, how are you not tired, Uncle Scrooge? And Scrooge is like, you know, I never get tired when I'm hunting for gold.
Yes, I mean, I guess the implication that Scrooge has adventured before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not in a while?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Or not with the boys, or not, you know, maybe for business reasons. Mm-hmm. But he's going through a box of their supplies. And he's going through specifically the, like, scuba gear.
Mm-hmm. And he's kind of like, because he gets like a set of goggles. He's like, this is not going to help me here. Like, we're in the middle of the desert.
Yeah. And then the llama starts freaking out.
Yeah.
For no reason?
Is the only reason there could be is that Scrooge closed the crate a little too hard. But other than that, there's like nothing that tells you that why it's freaking out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, Louis has looked at the guidebook and he's like, wait, realizing that the Munsuppies are not a festival.
Yeah. And we get this thing of, like, that's going on, and Scrooge is, like, pushing the crates, and he pushes it into the quicksand.
And he doesn't notice.
No, not at all.
Meanwhile, Louie's explaining that these Munsuppies are actually horrendous downpours that come every 100 years, and they flood everything. And they inundate, like, the entire valley or whatever in water.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Scrooge is trying to push this crate through quicksand.
And he starts, like, sinking as he's pushing this crate. And Louis finally, like, he's saying more about, like, the Munsuppies, but he gets interrupted by the fact that Uncle Scrooge is in quicksand.
Yeah, he looks up and he's like, holy shit, Scrooge. And I love Scrooge is like, oh good, I thought I was getting weak.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh shit, wait, what?
Horrendous downpours that come once every 100 years. They flood the whole desert. And what's worse, Uncle Scrooge! You're in quicksand!
Oh, good. I thought I was getting weak.
And the poor boy.
The way this scene ends. Because they tell Louis to look through the guidebook to see what to do about quicksand. Yeah. And Scrooge is like, forget that. Just throw me a fucking rope. And they run to get the rope. And they turn back. And all that is left is Scrooge's hat. On top of the quicksand.
Yeah. Just only that.
Yeah, just the hat. Like, that was fast.
Yeah, he's just gone. And yeah, that's how, like, the commercial break happens, basically. Oh, God.
But then, when Scrooge just swims out?
Yeah, because, like, I think Huey wants to run in for him, and Louie's like, no, that's dumb. Like, you're also gonna die in quicksand. And yeah, and you just see, like, the top hat move under the quicksand. Yeah. And it comes at them, and Scrooge is just swimming out using, like, he's wearing the goggles, and he has, like, the oxygen tank.
Yeah, and he has, like, the breathing thing and the stupid flippers over his feet. But, like, there's nothing that would actually propel him through quicksand.
No. Yeah, he's that powerful. He just swims through the quicksand.
Okay, I will justify the flippers this time because he had them over his spats.
True, okay, yeah.
I mean, the rest of his clothes, the rest of his clothes are covered a bit in the sand, so that's fine. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, he somehow propelled himself through the quicksand. And he also managed to find the sign that the mystery person cut off, so that they know that somebody's out here with them. And
sabotaging.
Yeah. And somebody's after the gold.
Scrooge states that he knew that gear was gonna come in handy.
Yeah. Like, what, 2 seconds after he said this shit's all worthless.
Yeah.
But he was telling him, well, how can someone, like, try to be finding the gold? We have the only map.
Mm-hmm. And then we get to this shot of, like, again, someone looking at them through a pair of binoculars.
And we learn that it is Glomgold and El Capitan.
Yeah.
I love, like, what does Glomgold say? He's like, duck pajamas. He escaped. Like, that's his colorful swear.
Yeah, duck pajamas. I was like, okay, then.
Oh, duck pajamas! He's escaped!
Leave him, you fool.
And El Capitan is, like, not having it. He's just like, let's just let Scrooge go. Like, who cares? Like, we have other things to worry about.
The gold, specifically. Because you start to get El Capitan's obsession with the gold. That the gold is everything.
And at this point, I do want to mention that the voice, he's, like, wheezing through, like, a lot of the phrasing. Mm-hmm. It's like this.
It sounds terrible. But Glomgold is insisting that they need to take care of Scrooge, because otherwise he'll get to the treasure before them, because he's just that good. Mm-hmm. And we get our complete payoff for the ice cream cart, because they're storing the chocolate slab with the impression of the boat in there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty smart.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they could have made a cast of the chocolate mold out of something that wouldn't melt.
But they didn't think about
No.
it. They just carried that thing in maybe like a cooler first.
Yeah,
and then
so I do like the fact that they have to keep it that they have to keep this chocolate slab in the ice cream cart.
Yeah,
Like, it's fun.
And El Capitan is insisting, like, we need to go. We already have our own map. You know, the part that's made out of chocolate. And Glomgold is like, no, like, I have the map. It's my map, and I'm gonna stop Scrooge. And we see him that he goes to the mule, and he takes out like 3 sticks of dynamite.
It's like a bundle of dynamite.
Is it a bundle?
But he leaves the chocolate slab outside. He doesn't put it back into the ice cream cart.
No.
He sets it out on a rock, and I'm like, that shit should have melted in seconds. But we see the donkey. It's a donkey, right?
A mule. Yeah.
It like licks its lips quickly. Mm-hmm. We see when he does that. We'll get back to that later.
Yeah.
Glomgold's gonna try to blow up Scrooge first.
Yes. And we get this, like, as we're leaving that scene, we hear El Capitan call Glomgold estupido. Yeah. And he, like, trails off into saying that, you know, after he gets his gold, you know, he's gonna get rid of Glomgold.
Yeah. And we see the Munsuppies are starting, because we see the clouds form, and there's lightning and thunder, and it scares the llama, which does run away from them finally. Mm-hmm. All the supplies fall off its back first.
Yeah.
And, well, Scrooge tries to, like, ride the llama first.
Mm-hmm. He manages to get on it, but it's, like, bucking a lot. Yeah. And, you know, Scrooge is like, I got this. We used to do this on my cattle ranch in Wyoming. Yes. Like, we're good.
He's all cool. Oh, fucking... So I'm just Huey! Ride him, llama boy! What is that? So fucking nonsensical. Anyway, Scrooge gets bucked off anyway.
Yeah, just falls on his butt, and the llama just... I mean, it's nice enough to, like, buck off most of their supplies before running away.
Yeah. And Scrooge didn't, break his coccyx or anything, because he landed on his wallet. So he had a soft landing.
We got jokes.
And then we got Glomgold throwing the bundle of lit dynamite, down this mountain. Mm-hmm.
Does El Capitan just have his tongue sticking out? What the fuck?
I don't... It might just be a weird animation. I don't think so.
Okay,
because we're seeing more of El Capitan's face now.
Yeah.
Which we weren't before. Because he was clutching his stupid trench coat super tight. He's real old looking. Mm-hmm. And, like...
Yeah, he's falling apart.
And he looks just super wrinkled and decrepit.
Yeah.
Oh, he's terrible to look at. So they throw the dynamite, but they turn around and immediately see that the mule is eating the chocolate slab. Can mules eat chocolate? Fuck knows.
I have no idea.
I mean...
No idea.
Who knows? Whatever. So it eats most of it. And obviously now realizing Scrooge has the only map. And Glomgold just threw a stick of dynamite at him. Sorry, a bundle of dynamite.
Yes. So regretfully, Glomgold had to save Scrooge, basically. Yeah. And we see him run and, like, grab the bundle, and luckily he can turn it off, basically.
Yeah, he puts out the light. And a second after he does that, a thunder crashes, and he throws the dynamite and ducks, thinking that it still exploded.
Yeah, I really like that, like, joke. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, that was a fun joke. And now the rain is coming down much harder. It's like torrential rain now. Mm-hmm. And, like, Glomgold climbs back up the mountain, and he's, like, kind of, like, tired now. Like,
yeah.
He's all wet and bedraggled, because, El Capitan wants to take the map from Scrooge. Mm-hmm. But Glomgold's like, no, just let him lead us to the map. Let's let him lead us to the treasure.
Because El Capitan is very intense. Like, he mentioned earlier, because they keep fighting about it. Like, El Capitan is like, let's just go. And Glomgold is like, whatever, there's a lot of time. Like, the treasure's not going to go anywhere. We have all the time. And El Capitan says, yeah, but I don't have all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh.
Ew, what's he implying?
Yeah.
Back to Scrooge and the boys, we see that the rain is starting to flood the desert. The water's kind of around their ankles now.
Yeah.
And Scrooge has created an umbrella from the leaves of some tree that should not have been out in this desert.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Like, all we saw were cacti before.
Mm-hmm.
So.
This is like some luscious leaves.
Yeah, this is like from some jungle. So they're walking through this desert, which is now flooding. And it's still raining. And we get these nice, like, environmental shots. Some lightning strikes some rocks. We see some, like, a river forming.
Like, the music is... I made note of it. Like, the music here is very nice. Like, it's very, very pretty.
And so they come to what I guess is a dead end. And Scrooge gives up.
Like his facade of like optimism just completely crumbles in this moment, because he's like, it's a dead end, and like I guess there's just like mountains, and he says like you can't sail a ship uphill, and that he's been fooling himself.
And he just like he leaves them with the umbrella and goes to sit in the rain, like his head in his hands.
Yeah.
And he's like, I've done my best to stay ahead of people like Glomgold, but I've lost my touch.
You can't give up, Uncle Scrooge. Maybe if we searched one of these mountains.
Which one?
The map will say.
We've been over it 1,000,000 times. I'm finished.
But how can you just...
You don't understand. My whole life I've worked and sweated to stay one step ahead of wolves like Glomgold. Deep in my bones, I guess I've always feared that one day I'd lose my touch and the wolves would get the better of me.
And the boys are just watching this, like, and they're like sad for Scrooge. They're like, we can't let Scrooge get defeated, basically. And like the boys repeat his words to him, like, you know, a treasure hunter doesn't give up.
And Louis tries to encourage him with like, oh no, like look, like there's maybe another clue on the ship. Like there's like an image of a man and he's upside down. Louis is like, oh, that's weird, right? Maybe that's a clue.
Yeah. And immediately Scrooge like notices something because they're like, I didn't let it play. Catching up.
So I think because he takes the ship which Louis has turned upside down and realizes that it looks like exactly like a mountainside with a cave in front of them. The shape of the upside down ship matches it perfectly.
And then the cave is big enough for a ship to have gone through, is what Dewey says. Yeah. So they run towards it.
Does Scrooge just toss the ship?
Yes,
he
does.
Totally does. All right, let's see if we see it again, because he just chucks it, and
he chucks they chuck the umbrella and he chucks the boat.
Yeah, which I'm like, okay, sure. That was our MacGuffin for the last episode and a half.
It's gone now.
So they run into the cave and it's empty, but like there's still more cave. Like it keeps going, but Scrooge immediately gives up. Again.
He immediately, and we get this cut of Scrooge like on the ground talking to himself.
I don't know if he's sleep talking.
Or he just or
I'm like, did he just slump to the ground and is just like, woe is me?
Because he's talking about how he's a failure.
He's lost his Midas touch.
Yeah. And you can tell that he's been doing this for a while because the kids have set up like camp.
Yes.
There's like a fire going and everything. Or there was a fire going.
Failure. Lost the Midas touch.
Ah, poor Uncle Scrooge.
The kids are like, all right, I mean, let's get some rest, I guess. We'll look more in the morning.
Yeah.
And Huey gets the idea to set up like a... Oh, what's it called? Like a
booby trap? Like an alarm?
Yes, yeah. By stringing together all the pots and pans that they have. Mm-hmm. How about they pack some food to go with all those pots and pans?
Yeah. And so we cut to El Capitan and Glomgold having caught up with them, and they're like flashing the light into the cave, and they see that like Scrooge and the kids are here, and they're asleep.
Yeah, they're just like laying on the cold fucking ground, like they don't have blankets or sleeping bags.
No.
They're shining a flashlight in the cave. I see how Scrooge just slumped on his side.
I just imagine that he had one of those, like, when you're a kid and you, like, cry and then you just, like, nap afterwards. Because you're just done, your energy is gone. Just completely...
Yeah, this is the second tantrum in as many minutes, so...
Then I paused it in a terrible...
Oh no, is it like a 52? El Capitan, they have him looking so fucking menacing and creepy. Oh no, I don't like this. Because there's the shot of him like, in half in shadow. He looks menacing as hell. Yeah. And he like lifts up his hands and like clenches them open and closed. And I'm like, no, God, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, because he's like, like, it's good that they're asleep, like, we have them now.
Yes, the gold, gold, we can get the gold. Is that a good impression?
It's like, he takes up, like, most of the screen.
The entire screen.
Straightforward shot.
Oh my God.
I hate looking at it.
I don't think I saw that earlier, like, when I was watching this.
Oh, then his eyes go wide and it, like, fades into black. Oh,
Oh, Christ, I saw it again. And so Glomgold is shining the flashlight into the cave, but he's looking for the boat, which he can't find, because I think Scrooge threw it out in the rain somewhere.
Yeah. They should have run into it.
Yeah.
Honestly. Oh, I think he's looking for the actual boat.
Yeah, the shipwreck.
Yes.
So that's not here. And apparently El Capitan told him that, but Glomgold didn't listen to him. Mm-hmm. So I guess
Glomgold is just like, how would you know? Like, shut up.
Yeah. So they walk straight into the cave, I guess, to look for it. But they run into the boys' booby trap, which is like all the pots and pans tied together, and they just keep running, dragging all the pots and pans behind them.
Yeah, because immediately, like, the boys wake up, Scrooge wakes up as well, and they're just running by with all, like, the pots and pans. And I love this joke. Scrooge wakes up, and he's like, robbers, thieves, politicians.
Yeah, it made me laugh.
Scrooge.
I don't think they see that it's Glomgold yet, or at least Scrooge doesn't.
Yeah.
But he snatches up a log from the fire so they can see, and they run deeper into the cave.
Mm-hmm. And then so we get kind of like a little chase scene. Finally, El Capitan and Glomgold abandon all the pots and pans.
And so they take two separate directions, but they run into each other. And we get this Scrooge, Glomgold, the weird guy, Niños.
And then Glomgold's all like, we'll do lunch sometime, he specifically says, and he runs off.
Yeah, they run around the next tunnel.
Scrooge! Glomgold!
Dos niños!
We'll do lunch sometime!
And Scrooge and the boys give chase, but they lose track of them. Mm-hmm. Until we see that they've climbed up and out through an opening. Mm-hmm. Which Glomgold seals shut behind them.
God, Glomgold is not holding back at all. No. He says, nice try, Scrooge, Mr. Second Best.
Yes.
Before he traps them, yeah.
And they see, the boys point out that the water's rising. Mm-hmm. And that they'll be trapped and drowned. Mm-hmm. Louis compares them to rats in a goldfish bowl.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean, Louis? What?
Because when I was doing my transcript, I was like, wait, does he actually say that? Or is that just the subtitles being weird? No, he actually says that.
I'm pretty sure rats can swim.
Yeah.
Or even if the water got to a certain point, the rats would climb out of the goldfish bowl.
Yeah, aren't rats, like, known for doing that?
Yeah, right? Like, they're hard to kill. Like, that's the whole thing.
When there's, like, a shipwreck?
Yeah, right? Yeah. So, bad analogy, Louis. Or simile. Whatever. Oh, so they keep going, and the water is still rising. Like, they're swimming to get out of here.
Yeah.
And, as they're getting out, they're telling Scrooge how the old guy, that's what the Glomgold, is the one who was trying to steal the boat in the first place. The model ship.
Yeah. God, the boys are really struggling to swim.
Yeah, yeah.
And they finally make it to a place where, like, the water isn't rising anymore. It's, like, solid ground.
Yeah. And then Scrooge walks straight off a cliff.
Yeah.
How'd you not notice, dude? It's, like, pouring rain.
He just distracted. Yeah, and he's, like, holding on to dear life.
Come on, boys. I think we're almost... Oh!
Uncle Scrooge!
Help!
Yeah, but the boys managed to pull him back from over the edge. And they see just, like, down in, like, the valley in front of them is the shipwreck.
Yeah.
Just sitting there.
Yeah.
So it's this massive ship, like, it's pirate ship, with, we see even from the distance, like, half of its hull split open, and the treasure just pouring out.
Yeah. It's, like, on this, like, little, like, island, it looks like, and there's, like, water surrounding it. Yeah. Scrooge says there's gold in their holes.
Yes.
That's funny. And they just, like, the next shot of them is just, like, them on that little island walking on the piles of gold.
Yeah, just walking right up. And there's, pirate treasure. There's swords and jewels. And Scrooge says there's at least 3 tons of treasure.
Wow.
And Scrooge just, like, yells that he won. Like, that he beat Glomgold.
And so he's, like, immediately cheered up now.
Yeah. Because he found all the gold.
Yeah, that improves anyone's mood.
Yeah.
I did it, boys. I'm still number 1. Now let's see our prize.
And Dewey's all, like, asking him, you know, how are we gonna get all of this gold home? Which, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And Scrooge is just, oh, you know, I'm gonna help you earn your Junior Woodchuck seamanship badge. By
repairing the boat with gold plating, which gold's heavy, right?
Yeah, like, enough gold is heavy.
And I don't think gold is buoyant.
No. Like, I know gold is flexible.
Yes, it's one of the more pliable metals, but I don't think it's good for repairing ships.
No.
I mean, I guess there's enough wood to counteract the weight of the gold.
I guess. But
yeah, they're using gold boards and gold nails and gold hammers to repair this boat.
Yeah, and also, like, the boys are working hard. Scrooge is doing absolutely fuck all.
Scrooge is playing captain. He's got a golden conquistador's helmet on. He is just spinning the stupid wheel around.
Yeah. I'm glad he's having fun.
I guess, yeah. And there's gold planks also, like, on the deck of the boat. Yeah, there's gold patches, gold ropes, and a gold sail.
Yes, that's the thing that concerned me the most, the gold sail.
That's just a sheet of metal.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, later, El Capitan calls it, like, cloth made of gold, but I'm like...
Like, fucking Rumpelstiltskin came up here and fucking spun this gold himself? Like, what?
And then it was woven into a piece of cloth, I guess.
Anyway, the Mansuppies end, I think? And the sun comes out, and there's a breeze, and the boat starts moving. The ship starts moving. Like, this fucking gold sail moves like fabric, and they are propelled forward by the wind.
It's their hard work has worked.
Yes, it's paid off, sure.
Yes.
The cartoon. Whatever. So now they're sailing basically down like an ocean. Because the entire desert is flooded. And they need... Why do they need a fire cannon? Oh, because the opening...
So they're making...
Yeah, because the opening's too small, right?
Yeah.
They use a cannon to create an opening in the mountain range in front of them.
Yeah.
So that they can move the boat through. Steer the boat through. There we go. That's fine. Forgot how boats move. So they're able to fit.
Yeah, and they make the observation that, like, all the mountains are islands, which is why, like, the map looked so much different than it actually, like, looked at the beginning. Because it was made when it was all flooded.
Yeah, 100 years ago or whatever. And so now they're steering this boat through the flooded city. And that they observe that the citizens are coming back, and I'm like, that'd probably be a bad idea to come back right now, considering it's currently still flooded.
Yeah, I'm like, because the whole thing is that, like, the water is draining into the ocean. So yeah, I would think you would wait till all of the water is gone, and then you come back.
Yeah, and repair all the damage.
Yeah.
Hey Scrooge, how about you give some of that gold to this country? That could I probably need it to repair all the damage the flood has done.
Yeah, but...
That'd be nice. But no, that's not gonna happen. Because somehow, Glomgold and El Capitan got on the boat.
Yeah. Don't know when. They don't even, like, give us, like, a little...
Right? We don't see
peek
them,
of it.
Right?
No. Not at all.
Yeah, no. There's, like, no sign of how they got there. But El Capitan is holding, like, a brick of gold, and Glomgold got a gun.
Yes, he's straight up got a gun.
But it's like an old, like, flintlock pistol that he's holding. Yes. Like, I mean, it fits considering Scrooge's blunderbuss. But yeah, it's like an old timey gun. It's not a old timey. By old timey, I mean like 1800s. Yeah, like old for this as well. Meanwhile...
Yeah, it's so funny just to see him with the gun.
Yeah, he's pointing it at them. Meanwhile, fucking El Capitan's having a conniption over his gold.
And now we see, like, him fully.
Yes, ugh.
Is worse.
Yes. He ditched the trench coat and the hat, and he's in this yellow turtleneck and baggy pants.
Yeah. And, he's very happy about his gold, I guess. He looks angry.
But... I think that's his default expression.
Yeah.
And so, Scrooge and the boys are forced onto a... Fuck, what are these called?
Oh no.
A dinghy? A life raft?
Yeah.
By gunpoint? Yeah, gunpoint.
Yeah. And yeah, as they're, like, in there, Glomgold is bragging that... He's, like, thanking them for putting all this gold in the ship and then sailing it off.
Yeah, because the bet ends in 10 minutes.
Yes. And he's gonna win, and Scrooge is pissed.
Yeah, he's pretty mad. And meanwhile, El Capitan comes back in yelling about how he found his logbook.
And there he, like, logged, like, all the amounts of gold he has. So this is when he checks off, like, the gold cloth and then, like, 18 gold chalices, and he just kind of goes on.
Yeah, and Huey obviously observes that, like, El Capitan is acting like this was his ship. Like, this 400-year-old Spanish ship is his.
Yeah. And so next, Scrooge, Glomgold is like, okay, bye, Scrooge, and he starts to lower the dinghy down. And before they can get, like, further down, El Capitan just, like, yanks the Conquistador helmet that Scrooge is wearing.
And so, yeah, so Scrooge is lowered lowered to the water, and he's like vowing revenge on Glomgold. And Glomgold's like, yeah, but here, like, I won't let you leave empty-handed. And he throws a gold coin down to Scrooge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's like, don't say I've never done anything for you, Scrooge.
And El Capitan promptly loses his shit.
Yeah, he's immediately like, to Glomgold, you are gonna go and get the gold that you threw.
Yeah, he points the cannon at him.
Yeah.
He lights it. He points it at Glomgold, demanding that he swim out there and get his gold back.
But I don't want you to go away empty-handed. Here, don't say I'm not a good winner.
My gold! You threw away my gold! Swim out there and toss it back!
And Glomgold is, like, actually kind of surprised. Like, we see him, like, whoa.
And he gets over it, and he, like, walks straight up to the cannon, like, oh, you want to play rough? Like,
yeah. He legitimately, like, puts up his sleeves, like, let's go then. And he gets the cannon that's pointed at him, and he flips it towards El Capitan.
And El Capitan, like, very slowly tries to push it back to Glomgold, and they're fighting over which, like, they're both pushing on either side of the cannon, so it's just pointing straight up.
Yeah.
And El Capitan is saying how this gold is his life, and he needs it, he needs all of it.
Yeah, and just at that moment, like, the cannon goes off, and the cannonball goes directly up and directly down through the ship.
And it busts a hole through the ship, and it is now flooding. Mm-hmm. And Glomgold tells them that they're over the ocean's deepest trench, so the Mariana Trench, I guess, which I don't think is anywhere near where they are. But whatever. And so the ship is very rapidly sinking.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, El Capitan is freaking out even more because he can't lose that gold again.
We don't see him, but we do hear him yell this.
Yeah.
And Scrooge is like, well, better look for survivors. Like, yo! Not sugarcoating it, huh, Scrooge?
And he picks up Glomgold that's floating on, I'm assuming some wood.
Yeah, some driftwood. And Huey looks for El Capitan, and Scrooge is like, well, don't see him. And even, Glomgold assumes he went down with the ship and the gold.
Yeah. And Louie's kind of wondering out loud, like, I wonder who that guy was.
Yes. Meanwhile, Scrooge has got his priorities in order by informing Glomgold that he has won the bet.
Mm-hmm. And Glomgold's like, how? Like, all the gold is gone. It's in the bottom of the ocean. And Scrooge is like, well, almost all the gold. Yeah. And he has the coin that Glomgold had just given him.
And the gold coin has like a sun insignia on it. Mm-hmm. And so Scrooge he takes Glomgold's hat off his head, and he's like, gold, do you want it with or without mustard, lol? And Glomgold just takes a bite out of the hat. Yeah. Like, he rips it real easy.
Yeah.
And I can't be sure, but I'm pretty sure the Glomgold eating his hat thing could be a reference to Rocker Duck. Considering Carl Burke also created that character. He never shows up in DuckTales, obviously, but him eating his hat is like a thing that he does when he loses a bet with Scrooge. Mm-hmm. But of course, El Capitan survived.
Yeah, he's like on some driftwood and just kind of cursing at them, like, I'll get you and my gold.
Yeah, as they like paddle away, and it's like,
yeah,
not sure what his plan is, but
I'll get you. So help me. I'll get you and my gold.
Yep, he paddles after them, and the episode is to be continued.
Ooh. Yeah.
With El Capitan remaining a threat.
Mm-hmm. What is he up to?
Who knows? Yeah, what'd you think about this episode?
Yeah. it's fine.
Yeah.
It has a lot of... It's setting up a lot, obviously. Yeah. And as much as I hate looking at El Capitan, I like the little clues that we get of, like, this guy is not normal.
Yes. Yeah, no, I think that was well done. Especially for an older show like this. Having the fun little foreshadowing bits is pretty well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, not my favorite. I also, maybe because I don't like Glomgold too much in this series.
Yeah. It just... He makes me miss 2017.
Oh my
Glomgold
god, yes. Yes. I think this Glomgold was always my least favorite villain of all the main... basically of all the villains. Besides Dijon. Glomgold was always one of my least favorites, because he just wasn't very fun.
No. Yeah, he's just evil Scrooge.
Yeah.
Sometimes he'll be funny.
Yeah, sometimes.
But even then, sometimes.
Like, there's a scene where he gets crushed by a lamppost. That's pretty funny. That's the... Yeah. When Scrooge is on the lamb, it's the Bubba Duck arc. Which...
I don't remember.
I'll always remember him being crushed by the lamppost, so...
Oh, God. No, yeah, I always like the Duckworth moments.
Yeah.
It's really funny. But yeah.
Yeah,
it's alright.
It's alright. We have, I believe, 3 more episodes to go in this DuckTales premiere movie. Right? 3 Ducks with a Condor, Cold Duck, and then the last one that I can't remember the name of. The climactic one that I can't remember the name of.
Yeah.
Is it Treasure of the Gold Suns? It might be.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe, yeah.
That's the name of the whole movie, but that might also be the name of the last part. Well, stay tuned for all of that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's all for us. You can find us on Twitter at Amores Patos, which with links to our TeePublic store, which often goes on sale, links to where you can listen to us.
You can also send us comments. I think we had said maybe questions.
Yeah.
To our Tumblr at Amores Patos Tumblr. No, Amores Patos Podcast at tumblr.com. Or to our Gmail as well, amorespatospodcast at gmail.com.
Please leave us a rating and review. We would really appreciate that, especially as we move into this new episode format. And support us on Patreon. We have multiple tiers. I believe it's our $3 tier that will get you a bonus monthly 30-minute episode, which we talk about whatever random thing we're thinking about that week, that month. Thank Michael at Spintrick for our lovely cover art. And I believe that is all for us. Thank you for listening. Saludos, amigos.
Saludos, amigos.